Good evening, everyone. I invite you to find a favorite seat, wherever that might be. My name is Marcia Gensler-Stevens, and it is my pleasure to serve as the director of the Stamp, but also to be your sort of train conductor here in the Maryland University Awards Banquet. And it is one of my favorite occasions, actually, because you get a chance to meet these extraordinary scholars and leaders, and you get to hear something of their story and a recognition of how proud we are of them, but we are not alone in that pride, and you'll feel that in just a minute. I think also about the fact that you're here this evening, if you're a student, on the precipice, some of you of graduating, trying to finish papers and theses, and studying for tests and doing the last time I'll ever do this and make it photo worthy. And all of that really important as you think about who you are about to be. And for those not on the precipice of graduation, you're still thinking about who it is you are meant to be in this community and the communities around us as well. I think there are times right now where we need to be reminded how extraordinarily blessed we are to be in this community. And I think about how each of you has crafted a community of care. And some of that is the friends you've hung out with, it is the faculty members and the wayfinders and the staff members and the employee-employer kind of groups that you're a part of. And tonight we get to meet a part of that community of care and know something of who those people are who love you and you love them right back. And that may be parents or partners or friends or teachers or mentors. And so if you will do me a quick favor, there's a lot of you here in the room who are award recipients and or scholars or nominees, but there are other people in the room who are your friends and your family members who might have driven from New Jersey or somewhere else to be here tonight. So you're going to get a lot of applause as award winners, but they may not get the same level of applause, so we're going to do that first. So will you do me a favor, scholar leaders? I would like you to ask the people at your table who have been your community of care to stand up so that we can thank them for that. Thank you so much. Nobody gets here by themselves. We are convinced of that. And we are grateful to you for all that you do. I also want you to take time tonight to really listen and lean into the stories. There are some pretty remarkable ways in which people have climbed mountains to be present as students and as people making a difference in many communities. And so the stories have power. What I love is tonight you'll get a chance to hear some of those stories told by some senior leaders here at the University of Maryland. University administrators, staff members, student significant leaders who will help us to present the awards. But before we start what is a real relay race through greatness, I want to ask you to take a moment to watch with me the video that is our land acknowledgement before we commence this beautiful occasion together. But I would also tell you, if that salad is screaming to you, you feel free.
Every community owes its existence and strength to the generations before them, around the world, who contributed their hopes, dreams, and energy into making the history that led to this moment. Truth and acknowledgement are critical in building mutual respect and connections across all barriers of heritage and difference. So, we acknowledge the truth that is often buried. We are on the ancestral lands of the Piscataway people, who are the ancestral stewards of this sacred land. It is their historical responsibility to advocate for the four-legged, the winged, those that crawl, and those that swim. They remind us that clean air and pristine waterways are essential to all life. This land acknowledgement is a vocal reminder for each of us as two-leggeds to ensure our physical environment is in the better condition than what we inherited, for the health and prosperity of future generations. We also acknowledge that throughout our history, our university has not always lived up to our ideals of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to building and celebrating a multicultural community. Please take a moment to consider these many legacies of bias, prejudice, violence, and settlement that bring us here today.
Thank you so much. Tonight, we're going to present awards throughout dinner. To really honor all of these folks would be difficult if you weren't well-nourished. So we will present awards throughout dinner. You should feel free to just eat and listen or watch or applaud, whatever makes your heart sing. We'll give you a brief snippet of stories, but there's a little bit longer biography of our award winners, and that's accessible if you use the QR code on the back of your program if you want to know more about it. There's also a QR code up here for live streaming. This event is being live streamed. So I'm from Chicago, and if I still had a grandma in Chicago, I would be like, Grandma, get on. So right now is your chance to tell Grandma or Grandpa or whoever it is that might want to be present with you that this is the way they could watch it. You'll probably have to explain it a little while, but you'll get it, and they'll be able to watch this event unfold. I now want to tell you a little bit about the fact that Vice President Patty Perillo couldn't be with us this evening. This is one of her favorite occasions, but she's home with family in Delaware, and so she is going to be with us virtually. So hit it, Patty Perillo.
Welcome to the 44th Annual University Student Leadership Awards Ceremony. My name is Patty Perillo, and I have the joy and honor of serving as the Vice President for Student Affairs here at the University of Maryland. I'm really sorry I can't be with you tonight because you are my work family, but my personal family calls and I am with them. But please know I am with you in love and spirit and gratitude. Tonight we're not just celebrating student titles, we're celebrating what student leadership does on this campus. It creates community. It allows for a sense of belonging. It creates a sense of connection. You are a part of this deeply connected community of care, and we are grateful. To our nominees, you are the best. Congratulations. You've made us proud, and the reason you make us proud is because you've committed to this place and this institution, and you have made a difference. To our graduating seniors, know that this will always be home. You are always welcome back here. Thank you for leading the way and making a difference on this campus. And to our families, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for sharing your students with us. It is the greatest joy of my life to journey alongside them. So enjoy your evening, have fun, and be celebrated in all the ways that you deserve to be celebrated. And always, always remember, go Terps!
Well, Patty led us, much like the football team does when they sing the victory song, or the Big Show taught us to do the hand motions, right, along with that. But there's one other song we don't sing nearly as much, but boy, oh boy, at occasions like this, it makes lots of sense to do that. So here's what we're gonna do, whether you have lettuce in your teeth or not. We're going to sing the alma mater, but you can't sing the alma mater sitting down. And just sing loud and proud. If you don't know the song, do the watermelon thing. But the words are on here, and some of you know it really well, Carrie. And we will sing out loud and proud. So stand on up, we're gonna sing the alma mater. But before you know where we're singing it, Elena Jenkins is going to be the vocalist tonight that'll make us all sound good. Elena Jenkins is a performance major and theater major from Silver Spring, Maryland. She will be going on to graduate this spring, will become an assistant director, and will also be teaching theater for young people, which is amazing. So stand up and sing it. Thank you so much, Elena. Tonight, the musical pleasures will be because of a wonderful group by the name of Cheek to Cheek. We were trying to figure out a little earlier how many times they had played at awards banquet, playing award winners often on the stage, presenters. Cheek to Cheek is a group of really fabulous folks, some of whom worked on campus as staff members and faculty members in the health center, in a wide variety of places. Some are now retired, but they still come back for awards banquet. So it's a joy. You'll get a chance to hear their beautiful music. I'm going to introduce the next presenters, and we'll be launching this. Eat away. I'm going to give you a minute in just a little bit to interact with the people at your table. But for now, let's get this show rolling. Our two presenters that will join me on stage as soon as I introduce them, there's actually three. Caitlin Zhao is president of Omicron Delta Kappa. She's from Columbia, Maryland, a public policy and family science double major. She is an exceptional leader, and you'll get to meet her in 1 minute. She will be followed by Dr. James McShay, an assistant vice president for student affairs. Anybody from New York? Anybody from New York? Shout out. Yes, a few of you. That's right. That's where James gets his start. Then he decides to go to Iowa, to Maryland, to Washington State. And we're so damn glad he's back in Maryland. And James will be followed by Dr. William Bill Cohen, who is Associate Provost and Dean for Undergraduate Studies, a true advocate for student learning. You will get a chance to meet each of them as they present awards, but Caitlin is our leadoff hitter. Caitlin, come on up.
Every year, the University of Maryland community is enhanced with the addition of talented first-year students. This year's freshman class represents some of the brightest, most engaged scholar leaders the institution has ever admitted. With this award, Omicron Delta Kappa honors first-year students who have contributed to the university community across ODK's 5 pillars of campus life, which include scholarship, athletics, community and campus and community service, social and religious activities, and campus governance, journalism, speech in the mass media, and in the creative and performing arts. I am pleased to introduce the top 10 freshmen for 2025. As I announce each of the winners, I ask you to join me on the stage. All right. Edwin Tsao is a finance and information systems major from Rockville, Maryland. He is a data justice scholar, treasurer for his Scholars Advisory Board, and project manager of the Terps Racing Baja Business. He is also part of the Alpha Psi pledge class of the Alpha Kappa Psi, the nation's oldest and largest business fraternity. Mahi Gorkavi is a dual degree student in operations management, business analytics, and public policy. She is an impact counseling fellow and civic engagement for social good scholar. Currently, she is consulting for the Smith School of Business Dean in sustainable policy change and advocates for women's rights in India through Somali Trust. Braylon Haynes is a neuroscience major from Prince George's County, Maryland. He is the president of the Black Student Union's Freshman Council, a scholar in UMD's BioFire Research Program, a member of the College Success Scholars, and a CMNS Recruit Ambassador, and a proud member of the With Love UMD, a community service organization on campus. Anya Heron is a government and politics major, aspiring to double major in international business. As a justice and legal thought scholar, she serves as a student advisory board representative, scholars ambassador, and former media intern. She is involved in the Phi Alpha Delta and Zeta Tau Alpha. Miles Hubbard is an international business major on a pre-law track from Branchburg, New Jersey. He serves as the vice president of community outreach for the Smith Undergraduate Student Association as well as the Director of Membership for the Black Business Association. He serves as the Student Success and Leadership Council, as well as the University Student Judiciary. Basha Kalmake is an honors humanities student completing a dual degree in linguistics and English from Dunkirk, Maryland. She is an editor for the Nova Literary Magazine and works with the Maryland Family Literacy Program and Cultural Academy for Excellence as a mentor, dancing with GGWB and Ganji in her free time. Ria Kutri is a computer science and finance double major from Only, Maryland, a Banneker Key Scholar in the Advanced Cybersecurity Experience for Students ACES Honors Program. She is an Honors Ambassador, incoming president for Girls Who Code, and an app development boot camp member. She also interned at the Food and Drug Administration last winter. Arjun Mohan is an applied mathematics and finance major from Potomac, Maryland. This Dean Scholar is the president of the Smith Equity Research and a quantitative analysis for the Smith Investment Fund. He serves as a student ambassador for the Do Good Institute and as a camp counselor with Kesem. Taryn Reinhart is a public policy major from Annapolis, Maryland. A Banneker Key Scholar in the GEMS Honors Program, she is researching groundwater prediction using satellite data. Taryn serves as a secretary for the Women's Crew Team, an honors ambassador, and an ADS liaison for the Student Government Association. Priya Tyagi is a cell biology and molecular genetics major and data science minor from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. She serves as a CMNS representative in SGA, a CMNS ambassador, and an undergraduate representative for the CMNS Diversity and Inclusion Advisory Council. She researches Splice AI's efficiency at Mount Lab and advocates for arthritis patients through the Arthritis Foundation. Congratulations to ODK's top 10 freshmen for 2025.
Well, good evening, everyone. To our student leaders, congratulations. We are just immensely, immensely proud of all of what you've done for our campus community. So each year, members of the Omicron Delta Kappa select a group of outstanding sophomore leaders to honor for their contributions of leadership, scholarship, and service. Applying the same principles of membership for ODK, a group of finalists is identified that represents the very best of our sophomore class. As I tell you about each finalist, I ask them to join me on stage. Ucheche Mba is a pre-law government and politics major from Sykesville, Maryland. This Banneker Key Scholar leads as the co-president of the Black Business Association and the vice president of the Black Honors Caucus. She is an honors ambassador, a Spanish tutor, and the programming lead for the Interdisciplinary Business Honors Program. Anushka Podar is a computer science major with minors in Spanish and statistics from Silver Spring. This Banneker Key Scholar conducts cancer research in a bioengineering lab and serves as associate director of the Terrapin think tank. She also serves as a volunteer EMT and tutors local students with the Maryland Mentor Corps. And Kayla Sebastian is a pre-dental biochemistry and Spanish dual degree student from York, Pennsylvania. She's a biochemistry research assistant, a resident assistant, and tour guide. Dedicated to promoting health equity, she's the president of Smiles for Our Future and is a dental assistant at a public health organization and volunteers at the Pregnancy Aid Center. Let's give a round of applause for our finalists. The recipient of the 2025 ODK Sophomore Leader of the Year is Ucheche Imba. Congratulations. So each year of the Sigma Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honor Society selects one of its members as Leader of the Year. This person competes on both the regional and national level for every prestigious award of ODK, National Leader of the Year. Thanks to the very generous support of the ODK president from 1937 to 1938, we named the Leader of the Year award the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year Award after the late Colonel Schutz, who was an exceptional supporter of the Sigma Circle for ODK for over 75 years and a regular attendee at this banquet until his death in 2013. This year's recipient is Alyssa Orlando. Won't you join me on stage while I share a little bit about you with the audience? Alyssa is a senior special education major from Jackson, New Jersey, with a perfect 4.0 GPA, and she serves as the Membership and Induction Chair for ODK. During her time at UMD, she has served as a teaching assistant, a tour guide, a peer advisor for the College of Education. She also has held a variety of positions in Gamma Phi Beta sorority and a Pan-Hellenic Association to include Standards Chairwoman, Vice President of Accountability, the Assistant Vice President for Recruitment, and Judicial Board Representative. Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Leader of the Year, Alyssa Orlando.
Good evening. I am so pleased to have a chance to address you this evening. I'm Bill Cohen. I'm Associate Provost and Dean for Undergraduate Studies, and it is my great honor to introduce you to 3 student award winners this evening, who I think you are going to be amazed to hear about. The William E. Kerwin Award is named in honor of Britt Kerwin, as he's known to many of us, who served as the president of the University of Maryland from 1988 until 1998. After serving as president of the Ohio State University, Britt returned to his home at the University of Maryland to serve as the chancellor of the University System of Maryland until his retirement in 2015. This award is presented to a member of the junior class who has exhibited outstanding leadership and commitment to the university community. A panel of faculty, staff, and alumni judged the applicants for this award, and they suggested that the group was truly extraordinary. In honor of all of the junior class leaders who have been involved in student organizations and the community and who have contributed to campus diversity, all the while maintaining their academic performance. I am now going to tell you a little bit about our award winner as I invite them to the stage. That is, if there's a drum roll, Druvek Moroni. Druvek? So as he comes up, I can tell you that Druvek is a junior, double majoring in computer science and government and politics in the international relations track.
Thank you.
He serves on the USM Board of Regents and previously served as student liaison to the College Park City Council. While on our campus, he has worked on 4 political campaigns, he's interned for a US representative, and he's been published in local and national publications. Druvek was recently elected as next year's student body president, and I think I heard that Dr. Pines showed up in class the other day and shared the news with you that you've been awarded a Truman Scholarship. So congratulations for all of that.
Thank you.
One of the great things about this ceremony is that we get to hear a little bit from the students, although I get to read what they said. So I'm going to read you a little excerpt from Druvek's application. He wrote, "One example of my leadership is that during my term as student liaison to the College Park City Council, the city found a $340,000 surplus due to property tax increases. He writes that he volunteered to serve on a committee tasked with exploring a first-of-its-kind pilot program to use some of these funds to provide rent subsidies to student residents. I have to say, the problem of having a surplus that you're looking for ways to dispose of sounds great right now.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, I'm afraid. He took on a leading role on the committee, developing specific recommendations for eligibility based on students' demonstrated financial need. Along with council member Stuart Adams, he writes, I co-presented the committee's findings, ultimately proposing $225,000 in a program that would serve 150 students in its first year. So, congratulations, Druvek Moroni.
Thank you.
Sorry, I think she stay on stage.
Stay on.
Okay, we will. Okay, I think you can step down and we'll call up the next award winner. This award is the Sarah Winnemucca Award, which is named in honor of Butte activist, educator, and author Sarah Winnemucca. And it honors her tireless dedication in advocating for the rights of Native American communities. The award is presented to a member of the University of Maryland undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to Native American, Indian, and Indigenous communities. Our winner this evening is Abigail Hardy. Abigail? As Abigail comes up, I will tell you that she's a member of the Monacan Indian Nation in Amherst, Virginia, an anthropology major from Baltimore, Maryland, and president of the Native and Indigenous Student Union, or NASU. Abigail does work also with the Indigenized Snack team, where she creates art and research for the collaborative. And in her application essay, she wrote, being the president of the Native and Indigenous Union, or NASU, has allowed me to be involved in many firsts for both an organization and the University of Maryland Native and Indigenous community as a whole. These contributions have allowed for a new perspective to be shared, and I am proud to be a part of creating spaces for Native representation. In my role, I am both honored and privileged to have helped raise awareness about Native issues and brought Native traditions to life. Congratulations, Abigail, recipient of this year's Sarah Winnemucca Award. The La Raza Unida Award translates as the People United. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Latine student community at the University of Maryland and to the advancement of the broader Latina community beyond campus. Individuals considered for this award also advance the general interests of the university. This year's recipient of the 2025 La Raza Unida Award is Alexa Figueroa. Alexa? Alexa, a Brentwood, Maryland native, is a senior with a double major in Spanish and journalism. She has served the community through various forms of advocacy and elevates the voices of her community through journalism. Alexa restarted the Latinx newspaper on campus called La Voz Latina after being discontinued for 12 years. Quoting from the award recipient's application, "I am grateful that the Latino community has trusted me with their stories, thoughts, and culture in a way that was not visible on campus before the newspaper was restarted. This award is for everyone who has a story to tell, porque nosotros somos la raza unida. This award is for everyone who celebrates their heritage and for anyone who, for even 1 second, questioned whether they mattered. This award would honor La Voz Latina's 1987 founding legacy and what it will become in the future. When we unite and tell our collective stories, we showcase that the Latino community is here and matters. That is everything that La Voz Latina signifies." Congratulations, Alexa.
This is an ongoing tradition. I don't know how old you are, but if you know what that song is, you know what the lyrics are. And thank you ever so much. All right, here's where there's a slight change of scenery. So in just a minute, the amazing catering staff, who we are so grateful to, is gonna exit stage left, your salad plate, and put in your main course. But while all of that is going down, you are going to introduce yourself to the people at your table that you haven't yet met. Maybe you're wanting to take a photo over there at the Step and Repeat where we have really good people who are ready to help you. Maybe you want to see that friend of yours that's across the room. So this is your moment. Ready, get set, catering staff, on your mark, get set, go! Oh, good family. I know that they're still serving great food, and we will let that unfold, but I wanted to make sure we continued. Couple of quick housekeeping. You saw Ty on a small stepladder taking pictures, and that's a beautiful thing, but please don't let that stop you from taking pictures. It's okay to come forward if you're a proud parent or a friend who promised to send a photo somewhere for your friend. So it is okay to also join Ty in that effort, but the Diamondback ad, the graduation, one of the only print Diamondbacks anymore, has a commencement issue on May 7th, both digital and print. And the pictures of some of this event will be in there, but it will be an ad that features the names of all of the recipients. In addition, the Monday, tomorrow, the website and the stamp will feature all the photos from this evening, so you can capture them and send them off to those who would want to join you in celebration. Tonight, we're blessed to have some stagehands that are helping us. Ella Jalil and Haley Pinkowitz are two people you will see a lot of tonight, managing the many plaques and medallions and everything else, and we are so grateful to them. And then we have a bunch of other volunteers that are helping us this evening. Emil, Ilker, Ellen, Matthew, Paige, and Alina. Thank you for all you're doing to help people get in, get around, get photographed. So thanks to all of our volunteers who are helping us this evening. The other piece that I would say is don't let this event stop the conversation. So while we'll keep you busy with awards presentations, I'll give you another break in a minute after the main course for dessert. So if you didn't get a chance to take a picture or to, cell phone somebody that you love a picture of how cool your kid is, we will make that happen. The second group of presenters includes two amazing folks. In just a minute, I will ask Ms. Vara Kukretti to join me on stage. President of the Graduate Student Government, this master's student in cybersecurity is really quite extraordinary. In the fall, she will start her PhD in computer science here at the University of Maryland. She will be followed by Dr. Warren Kelly, the Senior Associate Vice President of Student Affairs. Warren is one of those people that makes the well-being of people, but particularly students, front and center in his life. And so we are grateful to have this President's Medal Award recipient as the second presenter in this segment.
Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award. This award honors and recognizes an outstanding member of the Graduate Student Government Representative Assembly. The award is given to an assembly member who has gone above and beyond the call in discharging their duties while representing the needs and interests of graduate students. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award is Nora Shane E. Jameson. Would you come up and join me on stage? Nora Shane E. Jameson is a third-year PhD student in epidemiology biostatistics in the School of Public Health, College Park, Maryland. They are flagship fellow and past Dean's Award recipient. They have been the elected EPID representative for the Graduate Student Government for the past 3 years, where they have helped author many resolutions and legislations. Congratulations, 2025 Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award winner, Nora Shane E. Jameson. The next award is Lord O'Leary Award, one of the most prestigious of our senior awards. The Lord O'Leary Award is presented to a senior class student who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender student community at the University of Maryland and the general interest of the university. Named for author and activist Audre Lorde and the late University of Maryland Professor of Theater, Ron O'Leary. This award recognizes some of the university's finest student leaders. This year's recipient is Allison Lee. Let's welcome Allison to the stage. Allison, majoring in criminology and criminal justice, as well as information science, is a first-generation college graduate, researcher, and advocate committed to the equity in STEM and social sciences. She is the president of OSTEM and has been the vice president and professional development chair of Phi Alpha Delta. Quoting from Allison's application, "Through my leadership at UMD, I have worked to bridge gaps in LGBTQ+ representation, create sustainable support networks, and empower students to embrace their identities with confidence. From professional development panels to community building initiatives like Queer Prom, my goal has been to create lasting change not just for current students, but for future LGBTQ+ leaders in STEM and beyond. Moving forward, I will continue to advocate for LGBTQ+ representation, equity, and empowerment, whether in academia, the workplace, or policy spaces. The progress I have helped build at UMD is just the beginning of a lifelong commitment to ensuring that all LGBTQ+ individuals feel seen, supported, and celebrated." Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the 2025 Lord O'Leary Award, Allison Lee?
Good evening. You should know that for many of us that work here, this is one of our most enjoyable events of the year. It's so wonderful to see so many families and others come with your students, and we just have a great time here. Each spring semester, the members of the Greek community recognize one of their own as the Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year. This year's winner is Jennifer Young. Jennifer, please join me on stage. Jennifer is a senior physiology and neurobiology major from Westminster, Maryland. She is the recipient of the President's Scholarship and has been on the Dean's List for 4 years. She is also part of Team MetaBio in the Gemstone Honors Program, where she is researching a new combinatorial treatment for glioblastoma multiforme. She served as president of Kappa Phi Lambda Sorority Incorporated for the 24-25 school year. Congratulations to the winner of the 2025 Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year, Jennifer Young. The Vera Cruz Kochiyama Award is named after labor activist Philip Vera Cruz and civil rights activist Yuri Kochiyama. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Asian Pacific Island and Desi American community at the University of Maryland and the general interest of the university. An extraordinary group of student leaders was considered by faculty, staff, and alumni committee, and we are pleased to present the award this evening. The 2025 Vera Cruz Kochiyama Award recipient is Iman Shiko. Please join me on stage. Iman is a dedicated advocate for Asian American students at the University of Maryland, where she serves as the Student Government Association Co-Director of Student Affairs. Through her leadership, Iman has worked to expand affordable housing, increase SNAP access, improve campus livability, ensuring that all students, particularly those from marginalized backgrounds, have the resources they need to thrive. Deeply engaged in community building, Iman has fostered trust among Muslim and Asian American students, advocating for policies that address their unique challenges. Her commitment to equity and inclusion reflects a passion for uplifting underrepresented voices in higher education. It's my pleasure to be able to read a little bit from her essay. As I prepare to graduate, if I could share one piece of advice to my peers, it would be that your voice is your greatest tool. And I remind you all, as you enter the next stage of your lives, never lose the authenticity of this voice. These words are not just a reflection of my time at UMD, but a guiding principle for my future. I plan to continue my advocacy as a legislative aide on Capitol Hill, working on basic needs, criminal justice, and foreign policy. I also aspire to attend law school to craft and defend policies and the people behind and affected by them. Please join me in congratulating Iman. The Counseling Center Award for Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy is to acknowledge a University of Maryland College Park undergraduate who has demonstrated commitment to college student mental health and wellness through their academic, co-curricular, and/or social activities on campus. Students selected for this award have engaged in a variety of activities that promote mental health and awareness, help-seeking, education, and/or stigma reduction. Their work reaches a broad demographic and embraces values of diversity, inclusiveness, and social justice. Would you join me in congratulating the 2025 Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy Award recipient, Catherine Wothall. Catherine, join me on stage. Catherine is a psychology major with a human development minor from Valhalla, New York. She is a research assistant in the Big Emotions Across Development Lab, a teaching assistant for child psychopathology, and a member of the Mental Health Coalition. Catherine has held positions in Alpha Xi Delta as Director of Community Service and currently as Director of Campus Activities. She is a teaching aide at the Center for Young Children and active in Terps Raising Pups. Please join me in recognizing Catherine Wothall.
So, when I started my night tonight, I happened to see a very old friend and student who used to answer phones in my office about 3 offices ago, which tells you how long I've been here and how long he's been here. But I know that this individual is not the only person who has a degree from the University of Maryland, not like the students that we have here this evening, but there are also any number of alumni in the audience. Some who've come a distance because they're a parent or a guardian or a friend or a partner. Others who are people who are here all the time, staff members, faculty members. So this is a big test to see how university relations would feel about the caliber of this crowd. So will anybody who has a degree from the university, 1 or more, will you please stand up? President Pines, would we get that an A rating? Oh yeah, totally, President approved, A rating, super crowd. The other piece that I wanted to just make sure you understood is it's okay to hoot and holler and applaud, because sometimes I think we get so really taken in by the story, we forget to hoot and holler. So hoot and hollering is just fine. Thank you, thanks for modeling that. I'm going to introduce our next segment of presenters who will come one after the other. Joining us this time to present awards, and we are so grateful to have him with us, is Mr. Jay Rosella, who's Vice President for Legal Affairs and General Counsel, a person I call way too much for the best of advice. Jay will be followed by Samantha Briggs, who is President of the Residence Hall Association. She's a government and politics major. RHA, she joined her freshman year and has kept going with it, joining in Hagerstown Hall. Who lived in Hagerstown at some point? Anyone? That's right, bring it on. And she was really interested in sustainability at the time. And that final presenter in this segment will be Carrie Blankenship, who's the Senior Associate Athletic Director for External Relations, a 19-year career in athletics, and she's one hell of a campus partner that I call all the time. I've got her on speed dial. So it's great to have Carrie with us as well. So, Jay Rossello.
Good evening. The Mary McLeod Bethune Award is presented to a senior class member who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the African American student community and the general interest of the University of Maryland. One of the most valued senior prizes, this award recognizes leadership in all areas of the campus community. The selection committee of faculty and staff members suggested that this was an exceptionally talented group of senior leaders. The recipient of the 2025 Mary McLeod Bethune Award is Autumn Ballard. She's already on stage, so I don't have to invite her here. Autumn is a senior public health major. She is a Banneker Key Scholar and has served on the Student Government Association, the University of Maryland Senate, and the UMD Residence Hall Association. A Maryland General Assembly legislative assistant, Autumn is also president of the Theta Nu chapter of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Inc., and the Student Success Leadership Council. Quoting from her award recipient application, I have had the greatest impact advancing the needs of African American students and the broader community through my two-term presidency of the Student Success Leadership Council, an organization dedicated to increasing the graduation rate of Black students at the University of Maryland. Through the collective efforts of SSLC, the graduation rate of Black students at the University of Maryland has continued to rise, currently standing at 86.6%, with Black female students at 86.2%, and Black male students at 74.3%. As the organization continues to grow, so does our commitment to cultivating successful Terps who leave a lasting impact. Congratulations to Autumn Ballard, recipient of the 2025 Mary McLeod Bethune Award. The Christopher Carey Customer Service Award recognizes a student employee who has demonstrated exceptional customer service to others through dining operations across the campus. This award is named for Chris Carey, who was a student employee of dining services and worked at Mulligan's, the golf course restaurant. Each day that he came to work, Chris captured the essence of what is valued in dining services department. This award, named in Chris's memory, is a way of encouraging all employed in the University of Maryland dining services to strive for the same goals, to do so with pride, and always with Chris's great smile. Chris's parents, Mike and Linda Carey, are here this evening. Won't you please stand and let us recognize you, Mr. and Mrs. Carey. As I introduce the recipient of this award, Elsie Rowan, I ask her to join me on stage. Elise is a nutrition and dietetic major from West Hartford, Connecticut. In addition to her position with Dining Services as Student Nutritionist Supervisor, she is Community Outreach Chair for the Student Dietetics Association and a group fitness instructor for UMD Reckwell. Elise also serves as a student ambassador for the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources and will attend Boston University for graduate school in the fall. Elise goes above and beyond in her task, demonstrated initiative and passion in everything she does. She always has a welcoming attitude and fosters a supportive work environment where she leads and mentors the student nutrition team with enthusiasm and expertise. Join me in applauding the winner of the 2025 Chris Carey Customer Service Award, Elise Rowan. The Camille K. Rashpat Memorial Award for the outstanding member of the student judiciary is given to the person in the university student judiciary who through his or her service most exemplifies the ideals of truth, honesty, integrity, empathy, and compassion. The award is named in memory of Camille Rashpat, who served on the student judiciary as a member and as a presiding officer of the Honor Council from 1997 to 1998. Camille died suddenly in October of 1998 from complications due to cancer treatment. This award is given with its name thanks to a generous gift from Camille's family. As I introduced our recipient, Cassie Laguerre, I asked them to join me on stage. Cassie is a senior majoring in accounting and government and politics and is from Bel Air, Maryland. They serve as a community assistant in South Clements. Cassie has been a member of USJ for 3 years, leading as community advocate and training chair. They have consistently made themselves available to serve in leadership roles, provide feedback and information for staff to consider, and have always contributed positively to the organization. They have been a consummate community advocate, supporting and coaching newer members and consistently fulfilling their role. Join me in applauding the winner of the 2025 Camille K. Rashpat Memorial Award, Cassie Laguerre.
Over 90% of our first-year students and thousands of upper-class students live in University of Maryland residence halls, apartments, and public-private partnership facilities. Unlike any other connection, students often find that their initial sense of community at the University of Maryland is with the residents of their floor or the members of their hall council. Talented resident assistants who serve as role models, programmers, peer counselors, resource people, and engaged leaders nurture this sense of community. I would like to introduce you to the 2025 Resident Assistant of the Year, Shalom Sagai. Shalom is a senior majoring in computer science with a minor in sociology. Over the past 2 years, she has served as a resident assistant in Leonardtown, where she not only created welcoming communities for her residents, but also took on additional leadership responsibilities as a team lead, mentoring new RAs and helping them thrive in their roles. Shalom is a peer mentor with the Black Engineers Society, a teaching assistant in the Department of Computer Science, and an active member of the University Honors Program. She has completed high-level internships with several major companies, including Jane Street Capital, Google, Apple, and Capital One. Congratulations to the 2025 Resident Assistant of the Year Award recipient, Shalom Sagad. The Student Government Association presents the William L. Thomas Award annually. For 27 years, the late Bud Thomas served as Vice President for Student Affairs. Bud was at so many of these awards banquets, so we remember his rich life and legacy by seeking to advance the causes that were important to Bud, including leadership and student governance. This award recognizes individuals who have directly contributed to the Student Government Association and its constituents. Let me tell you about this year's recipient of the 2025 William L. Thomas Award winner, Reese Artero, as I ask her to join me on the stage. Reese is a senior majoring in criminology and criminal justice with minors in nonprofit leadership and social innovation, as well as science, technology, ethics, and policy. Throughout her time at the University of Maryland, Reese has demonstrated unwavering commitment to student advocacy, policy change, and inclusive leadership. Within the Student Government Association, she has served in a range of roles that reflect both breadth and depth of experience. From legislative staff member and coordinator of recruitment and retention to undergraduate studies representative and director of sexual misconduct policy. Today, she leads the organization as student body president, championing initiatives that center equity, transparency, and student voice. Beyond campus, Reese extends her leadership across the Big Ten as executive director of the Association of Big Ten Students, where she collaborates with peers from across the country to address shared student concerns at a national level. Her work bridges policy, service, and ethics, reflecting a deep sense of purpose and inspiring vision for the future of student leadership. Congratulations, Reese.
I'm tall. The Department of Intercollegiate Athletics Student Athlete of the Year Awards are presented to an outstanding male and female varsity athlete. This award holds up the extraordinary leaders who embody the characteristics of the best definition of student athlete, or those individuals who can combine athletic competition, academic excellence, leadership on the field, and on campus, as well as athletic excellence. As I introduce to you our two recipients, I ask them to join me on stage. Emma DeBurdine. Emma's been a standout for Maryland field hockey since 2019, earning spots on the U.S. national team and the 2024 U.S. Olympic team. A three-time NFHCA All-American and three-time first-team All-Big Ten selection, she helped lead the Terps to 4 NCAA tournament appearances and 2 semifinal runs. DeBurdine started 95 out of 96 of the games she played in her career, totaling 74 points. Off the field, she earned a BS in Business Marketing and is currently completing an MS in Management Studies from Maryland. She was a 4-time academic All-Big Ten honoree and a 4-time NFHCA academic squad member. In 2025, she and her sister Brooke became the first Maryland siblings to ever earn the Medal of Honor here and Student Leader of the Year award. We're thrilled to welcome Brooke, their brother Nate, and his fiancée Hannah, who are here from Lancaster and surprised Emma by coming to cheer for her tonight. Jackson Smith had one of the most decorated seasons in Maryland wrestling history, earning All-American honors with a 6th place finish at the 2025 NCAA Championships at 184 pounds. He became Maryland's first All-American wrestler since 2019 and the first under our current head coach, Alex Clemson. A 3-time Big Ten placer, Smith helped Maryland achieve its best ever finishes in both the Big Ten and the NCAA Championships this year in 2025. He also represented Team USA at the U23 Pan American Championships, earning a bronze medal. A native of Cartersville, Georgia, Smith will graduate with a degree in real estate and the built environment and is a 3-time academic All-Big Ten honoree and 2025 NWCA Scholar All-American. Please join me in welcoming our Athletes of the Year, Emma DeBernine and Jackson Smith. The James H. Kehoe and Ethel Kessler Award honors the former men's intramural sports director Jim Kehoe and the former women's intramural sports director Ethel Kessler. Both of these individuals served for a combined 45 years. This award is presented by University Rec and Wellness to an undergraduate or graduate student who has provided the highest degree of leadership and service to the recreational needs of the university community. Let me introduce you to the recipient as they join me on stage. Kaylin Baumiller is a bioengineering major graduating this spring and is from Elkton, Maryland. She's a Banneker Key Scholar in the Integrated Life Sciences Honors Program studying bioengineering. She's worked for Recwell for several years with the Intramural Sports Program. She serves as a student chapter president of UMD's National Biomedical Engineering Society. She volunteers with Johns Hopkins Hospital and Upchieve Virtual Tutoring, and she's a student researcher with multiple publications. Wow. Won't you join me in congratulating the 2025 James H. Kehoe and Ethel Kessler Award, Kaylin Baumiller. The Spirit of Maryland Awards are presented annually in lieu of a traditional homecoming king or queen honoree to 2 members of the senior class who, through their achievements, have most exemplified the spirit of the University of Maryland. Criteria for the award include outstanding scholarship, leadership, campus development, campus involvement, community service, and communication skills. This award is presented annually in the fall semester during homecoming celebrations. But let's go ahead and again congratulate these 2 recipients by having them stand to be recognized. Congrats once again to Janavi Kikire and Mason Minus, our 2025 Spirit of Maryland Award winners.
Okay, with a show of hands, how many of you really did a good job on your plate? How many? Good, good. You think you're deserving of dessert? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Okay, good. So in just a minute, they're going to remove your main course plate. And if you're good, you will get dessert. But right in front of you are 2 really great things. One is just a happy face cookie to remind you to put on your happy face. And the other are the school-colored M&Ms, which are really a treasure you can't always get. So you make sure to get some of those for your pocket for the ride home. as well. I want to thank, as they clear plates and do all the rest, our good friends in dining and catering services, in particular, Phil, who's orchestrating the whole thing, Chris and Sister Maureen, who are watching Phil do his work. But it is a joy to have you helping us and preparing the food that we are all enjoying. The other group I wanted to thank was, there are so many groups that coordinate selection of winners and have awards, and you heard about them in student conduct and athletics. And there are award coordinators in each and every one of those places and departments, a lot of them also located in student affairs and in the STAMP. I would love if those of you who coordinated the selection of award or served on an award selection committee would please stand so that we can thank you for your collective effort. You feel free to grab those plates anytime. I'm just vamping. And I refuse to tell really bad jokes. There are two people in particular I would love to thank, and that is that the awards banquet takes lots of parts and puts them into a whole, everything from the script and the AV and all the rest. Donna Lim is the conductor of that wild and woolly circus act. So thank you to Donna Lim. Michelle Reese makes all of the publications and the awards, and she even came up with this thing where student award winners pronounce their own name, and you get to listen to it. That was genius. We'll try to do our best with what we have. But I am so grateful to these two folks, but also all of the folks who have really made this come to life. The other group I would thank are the folks at the STAMP, particularly the students on the setup crew who put up all the tables and chairs, and we'll take them down later this evening. But all of our colleagues who are in IT and AV, and all of the good folks who made sure it got cooler as the evening wore on. One of the things that I would also say is, I don't know if you remember this, but I want to remind you of this in case you forgot. Mother's Day is coming up. That's right. You didn't think about that, nor did you get a card or think about the fact maybe you're going to see. Well, here is the way you can win. By a game of arm wrestling or however you want to do it, you get to take the flowers on the table and you can give them to your mother. Wait till the end of the evening. Don't try to fight for them. Or take some of them and, you figure it out. But somebody at each table gets to take those flowers and give them to somebody they love or take them home and feel better about themselves. So end of the evening, don't go soon or I'll know it. Then the other thing I would say is that there'll be some awards that will be listed on the Wall of Honor in the STAMP. They will be, we didn't want to do it too prematurely lest you know who won some of these. So they will be done in the next week and will be up in time for graduation. Perfect for picture taking. So, another quick interlude. I swear we are on the last edge, but if you're wanting to know where the ladies' or men's room are, I'm like a flight attendant. Either way, take a break. We'll back together in 10. Thank you all. There may be a few of you still waiting your dessert. What is the state dessert of Maryland? Anyone? That is exactly right. What you're eating, Smith Island cake. And how many people live on Smith Island? 340 residents of Smith Island, 300 of which made your dessert tonight. No, I'm only kidding. Our next set of presenters this evening will be, the leadoff hitter will be Reese Arturo, who's been serving as student government president, student body president. She is originally from Guam. She is studying criminology and nonprofit management and has worked magic in advocating for students. She will be followed by Dr. Georgina Dodge, who serves as the Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion and always has this sense of community, bringing the best of people together. And Dr. Stephen Roth, who is Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School, will join us as he advocates once again for our award-winning graduate students. So Reese, you're up.
So I'm presenting the Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award. In 1983, the Union at the University of Maryland was named for Adele H. Stamp, the Dean of Women at the University of Maryland from 1922 until 1966. In recognition of her many contributions to the university community, the Stamp annually presents an award to an undergraduate or graduate student who has worked to further similar causes. The individual receiving this award also receives a cash prize. I would like to invite the recipient of the 2025 Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award, Kunchuk Chappell, to join me on stage as I share a bit about you to the audience. Kunchuk Chappell is a first-generation college student studying communication studies with a minor in Asian American Studies from Rockville, Maryland. He works as a human resources assistant and building manager at the Adele H. Stamp Student Union, Center for Campus Life. Chuck is passionate about student advocacy, leadership, and building inclusive communities through his involvement in campus initiatives and advisory boards. He is also the recipient of the 2025 Division of Student Affairs Outstanding Student Employee Award. Congratulations, Kunchuk Chappell, winner of the 2025 Adele H. Stamp Student Memorial Award. Secondly, I have the honor of presenting the Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor Award. The Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor Award is presented to a University of Maryland faculty or staff member who has provided outstanding service as an advisor to a campus student organization. This advisor is a viable and integral part of the success of student organizations. They contribute to the growth and development of individual students in the organization, and they are considered a role model. This award is named after the former Vice President for Student Affairs and past Student Group Advisor who provided exemplary leadership to the University of Maryland campus community and whose strong support for student organizations is one of her most significant legacies. The 2025 Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor for a Student Organization is Rosemary D.L. Sutter. Rosemary, won't you join me on stage? Rosemary D.L. Sutter serves as the Program Manager for Engagement and Outreach and the Advisor for the Student Alumni Leadership Council, or SALC, at the Alumni Association. SALC connects TERPs across generations through networking events like TERPs Under 30, campus traditions found in the M-Book, and more. Her nominator had this to say about her advisor. Rose has helped SALC by growing the program, welcoming a greater number of new members, and providing more opportunities for students to connect with alumni. Rose has helped SALC's leaders and members develop by making herself available to all members. She has started office hours for SALC, allowing all members, not just the leaders, to have a safe and welcoming space to share ideas. She has also brought in experiences such as small group coaching and DEI training with alumni, allowing students to learn more about themselves and others from the wider TERP community. Rose has also allowed members to find a space to grow as leaders while offering helpful and encouraging insight on how we can become more confident in our positions. Congratulations, Rosemary D.L. Sutter, the 2025 Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor for a Student Organization.
Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to be here with you tonight. The Nimburo Cultural Center serves as a community and cultural center for all members of the campus community. Every year, the center presents 2 awards. The John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award is presented in honor of John Slaughter, who served as Chancellor of the university from 1982 to 1988. This award is presented to a senior of the African diaspora who is a role model and student activist, and who has made a concerted effort to contribute to the intellectual and co-curricular development of African American students. This year's recipient is Afia Obeng. Afia, won't you join me on the stage, please? Afia Obeng is a senior majoring in public health science with a minor in humanities, health, and medicine. She currently serves as president of the African Student Association, and those meetings draw a weekly attendance of approximately 250 to 300 students. Wow. In addition to her leadership role, Afia works as a resident assistant on campus. Her ultimate goal is to pursue a master's degree in physician assistant studies and work on the front lines of healthcare. Afia is also a dedicated advocate and volunteer for the Nimburo Cultural Center. I want to share with you her guiding motto. These are words to live by. In all things, lead with your whole heart, because that's all we truly have to give. Won't you please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of the winner of the John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award, Afia Obeng. The second award presented by the Nimburo Cultural Center is the J. Otis Williams Memorial Award. This award honors the late Otis Williams, who served as the director of the Nimburo Cultural Center. The award recognizes students who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and dedication to cultural awareness and identity development, and who have been advocates for student interest. This year's recipient is Riley Jones. Riley, please join me on the stage. Riley Jones is a senior majoring in government and politics and minoring in nonprofit leadership and social innovation. She interned in the U.S. Senate and studied abroad in Ghana, where she taught in local schools and immersed herself in the country's culture. Riley was awarded the Dr. Ulysses S. Glee Community Service Award for her leadership and service on the campaign of Angela Alsobrooks for U.S. Senate. On campus, she's been a Nimburo ambassador and an active member of the Black Student Union, Student Success Leadership Council, BSOS Ambassadors, Ignite, and Terps for Change. Please join me in congratulating the winner of the J. Otis Williams Cultural Leadership Award, Riley Jones. And next, the Loving Award is named in honor of Mildred and Richard Loving for their bravery and perseverance while invalidating miscegenation laws via the landmark Supreme Court decision in Loving versus Virginia. This award is presented to a member of the university undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to multicultural and cross-cultural causes and communities. This year's recipient is Melania Driver. Melania, please join me on the stage. Melania Driver is a senior studying psychology. She is a second-generation college student and works as an undergraduate research assistant in the Cognition and Development Lab. She is also president of the Multiracial Biracial Student Association and is responsible for the organization's rebranding to the Multiracial Student Union. And I want to quote from our award recipient's application. As a psychology major, becoming a culturally cognizant leader, mentor, and researcher is imperative to my journey in supporting others, including those with multiracial identities. I feel incredibly fortunate to have taken multicultural courses at this institution, which have improved my understanding of myself and the world around me. Though sparsely discussed, I was very intrigued when multiracial identities were mentioned in lecture materials. To finally see my full, most accurate identity be acknowledged and discussed in academia made me feel elated. Post-graduation, I hope to conduct psychological research as a clinical psychology PhD student with a focus on the multiracial community, who is often underrepresented in research. Congratulations, Melania Driver.
Good evening. What a great event. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Several months ago, student organizations, deans, directors, department heads, and faculty members were invited to nominate outstanding graduate students for the Distinguished Service Award. The response was overwhelming. Campus citizens were eager to laud the accomplishments of countless graduate students in the areas of scholarship, leadership, involvement, and service. As the criteria for this prestigious award was considered, the Selection Review Committee recommended looking at the merits for this award separately for the master's level and doctoral level. Hence, we will recognize 2 recipients of the Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award this year. Here are our finalists. I invite each finalist to come to the stage so we may recognize you. John Carlo Cambista. John is a pharmacist from the Philippines who is pursuing a PhD in neuroscience and cognitive science in the College of Behavioral and Social Sciences. He has previously studied in the Philippines, the People's Republic of China, and Israel. John is interested in understanding how the brain develops and functions. Outside of academia, he is passionate about singing and volunteers his free time to work with vulnerable populations. Congratulations. Kenny Coronel. Kenny is a student affairs student and GA for the College of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences undergraduate admissions, counseling, and recruitment. Hailing from North Charleston, South Carolina, she has neuroscience and women and gender studies degrees, loves interacting with students pursuing science, and teaches a section of the CMNS 100 freshman seminar. Congratulations. Sarah Kistner. Sarah is currently a first-year PhD student in the International Education Policy program at the University of Maryland, focusing on peace education. Originally from South Williamsport, Pennsylvania, she is driven by a deep commitment to making the world a better place by inspiring change one heart at a time. Sierra Kyler. Sierra is a second-year MPH student, Master of Public Health, focusing on health equity. With experience in cross-sector communication and grants management, she is passionate about disease prevention and health promotion. She is also committed to ensuring underserved communities have equitable access to resources. Lastly, she enjoys cooking, exercising, and spending time with family. MPs. M is a doctoral student in counseling psychology, originally from Gaithersburg. They serve as research director at the Trans Maryland and vice chair of the Maryland Commission for LGBTQIA+ affairs. They are passionate about research, teaching, practice, and policy advocacy to support marginalized communities and advance social justice. Brandon Rodriguez Torrento. Brandon is originally from Gaithersburg and holds a BA in Business Management from Goucher College. He is pursuing a master's in higher education, student affairs, and international education policy with a concentration in higher education. His academic interests focus on college access and retention for first-generation and Latino students in higher education. Please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of these outstanding graduate student leaders. The recipient of the Master's Level Award was nominated with the following words: "This recipient has demonstrated a remarkable level of kindness, leadership, and commitment by consistently dedicating her time and energy to support her supervisees, not only helping them to navigate our off-campus housing database, but also offering words of encouragement, guidance, and mentorship. She often goes above and beyond, even using her own lunch breaks to train and develop her team, empowering them to grow into confident and capable young professionals. While balancing a graduate position, she has maintained an A average in her graduate coursework." Please join me in congratulating the 2025 winner of the University of Maryland Master's Level Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, Sierra Kyler. The Graduate Student Awards have a chance to speak at the microphone, so we'll let Sierra do that.
I just want to set this here. Hi, everybody. Again, congrats to all the finalists. I didn't prepare anything, so bear with me, but I just want to say that I'm extremely, extremely honored to receive this award. Some of my Res Life colleagues are in the back. Shout out to Res Life. Having gone here in my undergraduate years as well as my graduate years, Maryland really does mean a lot to me. And again, I'm just extremely honored to receive this award. So thank you.
And now, for the University of Maryland Doctoral Level Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, the doctoral students nominator said, "I cannot think of a single doctoral student in our nationally ranked program who has so systematically dedicated themselves to addressing issues of advocacy and social justice through service, leadership, and research. One of the threads connecting their work in these areas is their desire to impact social policy in a way that advances the well-being of those facing marginalization, discrimination, and stigma. The recipient is remarkable in the extent to which their words, actions, and professional aspirations are so concerned with advocacy on the individual and policy levels, as well as in the success of their efforts in this area. Congratulations to the 2025 winner of the Doctoral Level Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, MPs.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My social anxiety would not let me not prepare a few words on the Notes app on my phone, so I did thankfully prepare a little bit here. First, thank you and congratulations to all the finalists, and thank you to everyone here and everyone who has supported me. As folks who know me are aware, I did my undergrad here as well and continued on to the PhD, which means I've been here 7 years now, 7 years continuously, because PhDs are long, but that's also, I feel like has given me an incredibly special view of which I've watched campus, I've watched student leaders come make their mark and contribute to the amazing institution here. And I've really had the joy to witness, these several generations of student leaders watching as they've made our institution better and have helped us through the many tensions of realizing our values as an institution and as a community and truly acting those out. I owe so much to the leaders that came before me, and I think about how we, as people with institutional power, with our different roles, both folks who are here, who work at the university or in other professional spaces across the state and across this country, I think about what we owe to that next generation of student leaders, how we can work with them, support them, and empower them. And so amidst increasing federal attacks against higher education and against the very student leadership efforts that we're honoring today with a lot of these awards, I'd like to use the time that I have to encourage folks to think about how we can protect our student leaders from harm and create the conditions that allow their advocacy and activism to survive and thrive, both because it's the right thing to do and because ultimately I feel our existence and our resilience as a university community really depends on the work of these student leaders. And so thank you to those of you here who have poured into me over all these years to help me reach this point. And thank you to those student leaders who are continuing the fight in so many ways. May we as a community truly honor your courage with institutional action. Thank you.
Let's congratulate all these finalists and winners.
We used to take bets on how late we would be at the end of an awards banquet. And I want to just say, we are rolling along. We are entering our last section of awards this evening, so load up on a few M&Ms. I'm joined tonight with this last set of awards by Dr. Darrell Pines, President of the University of Maryland. And I wrote these words earlier this afternoon: the smartest, kindest, and most fearless leader I know. And it is a joy to be in his presence. I'll be reading, he'll be presenting. And what we'll be presenting is awards to 20 outstanding seniors. And so when you come up, you're going to get an amazing medallion from the president and get your picture taken. Ty will be on it, so you'll get your picture taken. And then we'll make a big arc on the stage because all 20 people get to stay up here for a little bit of time. This last series of award is 3 different awards, all of which represent the best of our seniors. The first of those awards, the Wilson H. Elkins Award, and then again, the second 2 will be the UMD Model Citizen Prize. Combine the Maryland Medallion Society. This prestigious group showcases the talents of 20 of the brightest and most capable of the university's undergraduate student leaders. They boast an exceptional cumulative grade point average, leaders in the classroom and in countless student organizations and community-based causes. They have enlivened our university, and their leadership legacy seems to have no bounds. As I introduce each of you, you come on up, you just charge the stage. And if anyone is with you that wants to take a picture, don't knock over Ty, but come as well. The first of our recipients of the Maryland Medallion is Reese Artero. She's someone we met earlier this evening, originally from Guam. She is studying criminology, nonprofit leadership, and science, technology, and ethics policy. As student body president and a dedicated policy advocate, Reese championed initiatives in governance, equity, and innovation. She aspires to become a nonprofit consultant and pursue her law degree. Carter Austin, come on down, Carter Austin. This is gonna make you tired and proud at the same time, is pursuing 3 degrees in mechanical engineering, cinema and media studies, and integrated product design. Constructed major in the individual studies program. He spent college getting involved with everything and shaping his own path to studies and his co-curricular engagement. He's happy to leave with a strong sense of himself and a love of this place. Yara Ayash is pursuing double degrees in psychology and public health science and minors in nonprofit management and Korean studies. She's passionate about service, leadership, and advocacy, driven to advance health equity, cultural competence in healthcare, and serve underserved communities. She will begin medical school post-graduation. Hannah Breslaw is from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, enrolled in a dual bachelor's and master's of public policy program. She is minoring in nonprofit leadership. Hannah serves as the president of Students for Reproductive Justice and works as an intern with TERPS Votes at the Office of Leadership and Community Service Learning in this stamp. Christopher Salaria is a biological sciences major and Spanish minor on a pre-med track. He spent most of his time at the University of Maryland working in DEI and community service, whether it's through his friendly conversations or professional advice. Chris loves supporting others in their professional and academic pursuits. Jennifer Celestino Alva is a first-generation Latin student passionate about health equity, disability inclusion, and culturally competent care. Through mentorship, advocacy, and global experiences, she works to break barriers in education and healthcare, ensuring that marginalized communities have equitable access to resources. She strives to create inclusive spaces where all voices are valued. Sophia D'Alonzo is a proud first-generation college student studying environmental science and policy and political communication. She is deeply passionate about environmental justice and will pursue her environmental law degree at the University of Maryland Carey School of Law starting in the fall of 2025. Lily Fleischman recently graduated in December with a degree in public policy and minors in nonprofit leadership and innovation and entrepreneurship. During a time at the University of Maryland, she founded TERPS for Reproductive Justice, served as president of the School of Public Policy Student Government Association, participated in the Rawlings Undergraduate Leadership Fellows, and College Park Scholars Public Leadership Program. Lily is intern with the offices of Barack and Michelle Obama. You're in good company. The Malala Fund and the National Council of Jewish Women. Sarang Han is a passionate and visionary leader who empowers others through mentorship and advocacy and service. Driven by a deep commitment to equity and education, she creates lasting initiatives that uplift communities. She is committed to advocate for students' well-being and inspiring the next generation of engineers, where she leads with compassion, resilience, and purpose. Erica Holdren is a senior majoring in government and politics with a concentration in international relations. She currently serves as president of the National Residence Hall Honorary, has held leadership roles in the Residence Hall Association and the Multiracial Student Union, and the Gamer Symphony Orchestra. A College Park Scholar and Global Fellows Program participant, she interned at the U.S. House of Representatives. She balanced 2 on-campus jobs, one of them in my office, and she was actively involved in student life. She will be pursuing her master's degree at the University of Maryland in geospatial intelligence starting in the fall. Genevieve Kirkcarey is someone you met earlier this evening. And we introduced this wonderful person again, a government and politics, international relations, and public policy dual degree student with minors in history and law and society. She's a student leader in ODK, Resident Life, Bridge, UMD. Genevieve is attending and heading off to law school in the fall and wants to work in the State Department. Rhiannon Little is a criminology and criminal justice major and rhetoric minor from Laurel, Maryland, who successfully completed both the university honors in criminology and criminal justice and that's department and university honors all at the same time. After graduation, she plans to work as a public defense investigator before attending law school to become a public defender. Abigail Manga is majoring in information systems and is from Fort Washington, Maryland. She served as a senior council president of the National Association of Black Accountants, alumni and member engagement chair of ODK as a resident assistant, while also participating in the Quest and Scholars program. Mason Minus is a senior government and politics student from Silver Spring, Maryland. The Spirit of Maryland Award recipient is the former president and vice president of the Black Student Union. He's a Do Good Institute fellow, lead student advocate in the Student Success Initiative, and member of Omicron Delta Kappa. Mason aspires to combine his love of leadership and creativity. He wants to be a lawyer, an actor, an activist, and an influencer. And I just heard he got admitted to law school, so we're on our way. Alyssa Orlando is someone you met earlier this evening. A special education major from Jackson, New Jersey. During her time at Maryland, she served as a teaching assistant, a tour guide, and a peer advisor for the College of Education. Alyssa also held a variety of positions in Gamma Phi Beta sorority and in the Panhellenic Association. Congratulations. Bryant Rivera Cortez is a Banneker Key Scholar majoring in middle school math and science education with a minor in disability studies. He was part of the Design, Cultures, and Creativity Living Learning Unit during his time with honors. And upon graduating, Brian intends to teach middle school science in Prince George's County. Thank you. Robin Schlesinger is a family science major with a double minor in public leadership and law and society. And she is from South Brunswick, New Jersey. She's heavily involved in numerous organizations on campus, serves as a teaching assistant, worked as a research assistant, and assisted in launching one of the new global classrooms. Helen Wong is from Baltimore County, Maryland, is pursuing a double degree in economics and marketing. She serves as the concerts director for student entertainment events. She's very tired after Friday. She's the events and lectures chair for ODK and vice president of the, I love this organization's name, Meet Me Behind McKeldin Mall. She is passionate, I think it's about the library, I swear to God. She is passionate about fostering community through the power of music. Shaolian Warren is majoring in public health science with a minor in Asian American Studies. After graduating, she plans to pursue a dual degree in public health and physician assistant studies. She aims to address health disparities and advocate for marginalized communities through compassionate care. And our final of 20, because you know this stage is full of greatness all at one time. Caitlin Zhao is from California, Maryland, graduating with a BA in Public Policy and Family Science. Having great terp pride, Caitlin served as Omicron Delta Kappa President, Student Alumni Leadership Council President, Ballet Company M Treasurer, and upon graduation, Caitlin will be completing her master's in Public Policy at the University of Maryland. Won't you join me in honoring these exceptional Maryland Medallion members? So this is rather like that pageant moment, right? When you're going to introduce 3 different people. Daryl Pines is going to take pictures with you, which is really great. And we're going to even take pictures of the whole family here at the end. But I'm going to announce the Wilson Elkins and then the 2 Model Citizen Prize winners, each of which will be given a chance to just say a few words at the microphone. So squish if you have to and move. No, you feel fine. Get comfortable. All of the members of the Maryland Medallion Society is eligible for the Wilson H. Elkins Citizenship Award. This honor is presented annually to a senior who displays outstanding involvement and leadership in campus activities and who has contributed significantly to the general advancement of student affairs. This award is named for the University of Maryland President Wilson Elkins, who served from 1954 to 1978. Those were some fine years. Having already introduced you to all of the finalists for this award, I introduce our award winner by reading from this individual's essay. And I quote, "I have sat across from administrators who truly believed in my generation as the next leaders and not some punk college kids who were looking for a resume boost, which astronomically changed my career and extracurricular trajectory. Through all of this, I came to realize that student affairs isn't just a field I've worked with, it's the field I want to dedicate my career to. The ability to shape the student experience to ensure that universities truly serve the communities they were built for and to create lasting institutional change has been the most fulfilling part of my time at the University of Maryland. Leadership isn't about leaving behind a list of accomplishments. It's about building systems that continue to support students long after you're gone. And that's exactly what I intend to keep doing," end quote. Won't you join me in congratulating the recipient of the 2025 Wilson H. Elkins Award, Reese Artero. You're leading the way.
Whatever you say, Marcia.
Thank you. I literally just told my parents I wasn't gonna win and they could go home. they were just sitting right there. And they actually were like, "Do we need to stay?" And I said, "No, I don't got a shot. You can go." And so I really don't have any words prepared either. So I'm not as prepared as Em. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It genuinely has been such a great experience to work in SJ. Honestly, the worst experience, but the best experience at the same time. It has been a space where I've gotten to work with so many administrators, just like I said, who really have sat there and nourished each one of us, especially Dr. Kelly. I really have so many people to give gratitude to. My parents for being here for as long as they did stay. They're actually heading to their flight right now, so it's not like they just left because they wanted to. But yeah, I really do genuinely appreciate it. I am from Guam, and so it is always a really big moment for me when I can come out and represent my community well and be able to sit here and testify to every person who's come before me too. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for leading the way, Reese, and where we're going with this presentation part. The University of Maryland Model Citizenship Prize is one of the most prestigious university awards presented to 2 members of the graduating senior class during their college career. And the Model Citizenship Prize tonight, there's 2 of them. I will start with the first. Why we have this prize is really about a group of people that have come before you. And if you ever look at the plaque outside on the Wall of Honor, you are in awe of who has been in your place for decades. And a generous member of the wall that was once a Model Citizenship Prize gave money to afford an endowment. So each of these 2 winners will also not just get a plaque and a really nice little turtle and a medallion, but they get a $1,000 honorarium as well. All members of the Maryland Medallion Society are finalists for this high honor, and I read from our first recipient's essay, quoting, "Through my vast experience, work, dedication, and future career goals, I've shown that I am an involved citizen in our campus community and broader community in America and throughout the world. I've utilized my diverse interests and skills to create change, motivate and empower others, and contribute to us becoming a world united in our diversity, aware of our humanity, and with a global outlook, carving our own unique service-oriented definition for success," end quote. My friend, you have left your mark on this campus through your leadership and your commitment to countless people and groups that count on you as friend and role model. Won't you join me in honoring the first recipient, none other than Yara Iyasha.
Well, congratulations to everybody on this stage. I wanted to say firstly, I also didn't have anything prepared. And if you could see my reaction right there, I was very shocked. But one of the things that I wanted to say that I think has always been a model for me in my life and that I hope to continue to take with me is this concept that's so powerful as the light of unity that it can illuminate the whole earth. And I want us as a whole world to be able to take that message and continue doing good in whatever we do. The idea of talking about what success means and how that changes throughout our lives is something that's really important to me. And I think during my time at the University of Maryland, I've gotten to push myself both to try new things that I never have tried before and to get to build off of the skills that I came in with and take them to new levels that I didn't know were possible. So big thank you to everyone on this campus who believed in me and supported me throughout my time here. And I'm very excited to have been able to leave a legacy that hopefully will inspire other people that come after and to be able to do it with such a great group of people. So thank you so much.
Our second recipient of the UMD Model Citizenship Prize had this to say when they wrote their application, and I quote, "I've helped create a home for others through open doors, honest conversations, and spaces where everyone feels like they belong. That is the nature of my leadership at the University of Maryland, building bridges one person and one moment at a time. Whether it was answering late-night knocks on my door as an RA, guiding a peer through a difficult conversation, or creating a student organization where political differences could be explored without fear. My goal has always been to bring people together. I believe leadership isn't just about what we build during our time here. It's about what continues to grow long after we're gone. And if I've made this campus feel even a little bit more like home for someone else, then I've done what I came here to do." Our second 2025 University of Maryland Model Citizenship Prize recipient is Genevieve Kikire.
Okay, yeah, I have 0 words prepared. Sarah warned me. She said, "You should have something ready," and I said, "It won't be me." Here we are. Mummy, Baba, Taya, Sirf Aap, logo ki wajah se hey, sorry hua. Really, there are so many people here who have allowed me to grow into the leader that I am today.
I'm so excited to continue growing thanks to my heritage as a Terp, and I will always, always remain one. As we come up on graduation, I think of all of these incredible, incredible leaders and how much I'm going to miss them and the friends I've made here. But I know that we're all going to change the world. So congratulations to every single award recipient tonight, and thank you so much.
So, you stay up here. You don't get to go down yet. We take a family picture in 1 minute. Here's what I would say to all of you. We are blessed by exceptional leaders, right? Not just the folks on the stage, but the folks that have been recognized this evening. It is remarkable. So can we applaud? The other thing I would say is no one gets here alone, right? You are the product of many people's efforts and love and resources and time and gifts. And so if anything, spend some time today contemplating those people and finding ways to tell them of their impact on your life. And I ask you to do one thing in this world that is a crazy, crazy mess. Be brave, be somewhat resilient, be generous with others, and especially with yourself. And be on your way into the world because it is waiting for you and we need you. Thank you all for coming to celebrate exceptional scholar leaders, and thank you all for being present for this recognition. We're going to take one picture, but you're going to take those beautiful flowers for whoever, and don't fight, don't fight. But thank you all for the gift of time and love. Good evening.